I'm Warren Polly and my company is Wave and Wake. We are global e-commerce for three of the fastest growing water sports, being kitesurfing, wakeboarding and stand-up paddleboarding. We started in the hatchery February 2016, and at that point Wave and Wake would have been very much a lifestyle business for me, albeit I had aspirations to grow to global e-commerce, but at that stage it was still very new and very young in terms of turnover.
When Warren came in, he was focused on opening a new wake park in Belfast, and he had an e-commerce business which was taking over okay. We started to focus on the e-commerce business itself, and he was one of our recipients of an Accelerate prize earlier on this year, and he took that prize money to go and do some stuff on pay-per-click, which was something he'd always been hesitant to do because he wasn't sure of the value to his business.
We saw an instant doubling of our revenue straight into the second month. Probably in the 3 or 4 months since the initial investment, turnover has grown by 500 or 600%.
So I think getting that £1,000 gave him the freedom that he hadn't got it the day before, so it allowed him to test it out without losing anything in his business. And had it not been for that £1,000, I'm not sure that Warren would have been doing pay-per-click today.
Our biggest aim within the next 6 months is to be launching our new website. What we're looking to do is create an e-commerce platform that's going to compete with some of the biggest e-commerce names around the world. I guess I take a huge inspiration from the Chain Reaction Cycles story. That was a family-grown business from the late 90s. They started off selling bicycle equipment just locally, and they're probably one of the biggest success stories in terms of e-commerce around the world in terms of their growth. They sold recently to one of their biggest competitors for over £120 million.
So the big focus for him has been looking at how they develop their business and how that his business can mirror that. And I think there's a lot of things that go hand in hand with what they did that what Warren can do. So he's been focusing a lot to look at what made them so attractive to someone to come in and buy them, and how they got to that point as a very small local business 10 years ago.
So I got married in July 2016. So we did a wedding abroad in Mallorca, where most of our friends and family came. So it was a super time. It didn't mean that I was able to escape the commitments for the business. So I was very much sort of working away with the laptop and even conducting my temp checks, albeit on paper rather than face to face.
So he's one of those guys that just doesn't stop as an entrepreneur, and we see that in a rare few people who just really have that drive and ambition and want to put it through. For me though, when Warren came in, his ultimate goal in 3 years was to have a business that was turning over about £250,000. For me, that was just underselling what Warren's capable of, and I was pushing him a lot more to say, you can be doing a lot better than this, and you should be doing a lot better than that. So getting him to that realisation that he should be a couple of £1 million a year turnover business was fantastic.
Entrepreneurial Spark teaches you to think really big. It's not a case of starting a business and looking at selling within Northern Ireland, for instance. It's not even starting a business and looking at selling within the UK and Ireland. It's thinking as big as possible. Jim Duffy sat in on one of my temp checks, and his mindset around growth was just, you've got to go massive with this thing, and basically there's no limits. You're looking for global domination effectively, and why not? At the end of the day, there are plenty of other businesses who do dominate global markets across various sectors, so why can't Wave and Wake be one?